Oh yeah, I think just being a bigger leader, just always communicating, even when the ball's not in my hand, and just trying to get everybody involved, uplift everybody, and have confidence and believe in everybody.
Quincy, 15 rebounds, 4 blocks. Like, what have you found to be your role through these first 6 games on this team?
Like I said last time, it's really just, play with a high motor, be a leader, crash the boards, play defensively, communicate, and I think I really had a good game today just defensively.
Ty, what do you think was the key to getting off to a good start tonight, and how much did that matter for you guys?
I think just getting out in transition and running. I think after a miss or a make, we were getting it out, and getting it to our wings, and we were trying to get to the basket. And I think just that energy that we had coming out, I think we need to have that every game.
I guess for both of you, Western kind of made a bit of a run there early in the second half. Just what changed after that, where you guys kind of maybe regained control and just pushed it to whatever 32-point win?
It's basketball. It's a game of runs, They got out. Number 5 got hot and he hit some shots. So we just had to lock in defensively and then find a way to stop him and get some kills.
For both of you, really nice game from Dane. Dane, what's he been showing in practice?
It's energy. He rim run today. He had easy baskets, and that's what we need him to do for our teams to be successful. Just got to dominate on the glass and be physical, because we're going to need Dane for conference play and for all the games that's coming up.
Ty, you had the runner and the floater going today. Have you worked on that, and have you implemented that into your game?
Yeah, he's laughing. Just
be working on that every day.
Yeah, every day, man. I know I'm gonna get in the paint. I know I'm always not gonna be able to get all the way to the rim. You guys know how it is when we get in conference. Athletic bigs. We got Rodgers coming up, and you guys know the big that they have. So just getting that little in between game and just working on that every day and repping it out.
Yeah, for Quincy, you've been through a lot in your career. You've played in the ACC, played in the Pac-12. What are you looking forward to now as the Big Ten season starts?
I always heard that the Big Ten was the best conference, so I'm really excited just to, that I'm finally playing for Illinois after all these years that they've been recruiting me. And I'm just excited to get it started against Rodgers.
Ty, what have you guys shown yourselves about your defense, and how important is that for the stretch of games you got coming up?
I think we could be the best defensive team in the country, man. I think we got all the tools to do it. I think everybody is willing to defend. I think that's the first step right there, is having guys that are willing to do it and guys that want to do it. So I think that's the biggest thing. Everybody wants to defend, and we know where that's going to take us, because we're going to have games where we're not making shots, where our offense can't get going. Defense, we know that's going to help us win.
Yes, Ty, what did you maybe just like about the offense in general tonight? Just maybe one of the more efficient efforts.
Again, I'm sorry.
What did you like about the offense tonight? Just maybe one of the most efficient games you guys have had all year.
I think we moved the ball very well. I think after, like I said earlier, after makes and misses, we were just getting it out and running and getting it out to our wings, and we were just running, man.
Quincy, at 23 over here, 23 second chance points. Has that been a point of emphasis for Coach Underwood? Is that getting on the offensive glass?
Oh, yeah, for sure. He said it from the first day we started practice. We have a lot of good athletes on our teams, and, that can be one of our strengths, to just, crash the board and, get some easy baskets. That's going to get our defense going and just our energy going too.
Quincy, you mentioned that they were recruiting you out of high school, out of Syracuse. How does it feel to now be living what they were talking about, and how does it line up to what you maybe expected?
It really feels like it's family already. Just the way that people really just be talking to me, and just, I feel like it's been family since I got here. I have the greatest teammates in the world, to be honest, and I'm not just saying that to say that. Like you said, I've been in a lot of teams, and there's just that chemistry already that I can feel that is different from the other previous teams I played, and I'm really happy to be here and to have a great season.
Quincy, I know Brad, after a game of the season, said that you had a child, so congrats on that.
Yeah, thank you.
But, how much does that change you and change, I guess, your approach as a person, as a player, if that makes sense?
It changed my life. Definitely changed my life. It's the greatest thing in the world, to be honest, and it motivates me. Every day I'm just trying to be a better person, just on and off the court. And, I'm the oldest guy on the team too. So, I'm trying to just, be a leader out there. And, like I said, I'm having fun with my teammates, and I'm really happy about my situation right now.
Ty, you guys got some good looks inside, but how much does the game change when maybe Terrence and Luke are making threes at the rate they've kind of made them all season?
I mean, it changes a lot. It opens up for guys to get downhill. We've seen a lot of teams, they've tried the game plan to go under everybody's screen, and that hasn't worked out good for a lot of them. So once those guys get to hitting, and as you see Terrence and Luke, they can get on fire just like that. So when they're hitting, it just opens up the lane for everybody, and it allows us to get downhill.
Quincy, I got to follow up with the dad question. I know it's in season, but what's the experience been like? What's stood out so far?
It's been great. She's the greatest baby in the world, to be honest. She's been sleeping a lot. It's great. Every time after practice, I'm looking forward to come back home and just take a nap with her. And I'm just really, like I said, I'm really happy. Me and my fiance, we're just really grateful for a baby, and it's great. It's been great.
Ty, how do you guys view this upcoming stretch? Rutgers, then FAU, Tennessee, some big matchups. How do you feel you guys are ready for that, and what are you looking at with that?
Yeah, I think we're ready for that first conference game. We're taking everything one game at a time, but we know we got some big games coming up in a long stretch. But it really just starts when we go back to practice tomorrow or whenever that is, and really just locking in and being locked in. We don't play till, I think it was Saturday, is it? So we got to have a great week of practice leading up to that, and we're staying in New York. So, we just got to be locked in and focused and mentally at practice every day.
Really good start tonight. I thought we were hats off to Dane Deja, my opinion, player of the game. Just his presence, rim running. I thought he really controlled the paint. You partner him with Quincy, and 15 rebounds. Kind of a unique night, I think, for Terrence. I don't think he had a point. I'll get that right. And it was still equally as productive. But things change for us when Dane's putting pressure on the front of the rim with his speed and his running. Amani's always been very good at that. Even though Amani's line doesn't show a big night, his presence at the front of the rim opens things up. I thought Ty Rodgers was fantastic, especially early. Just getting the ball into the paint. We knew this team collapsed very hard, and our kickouts, spraying the ball, were great. Luke got going, and again, he's one of the top 3-point shooters in the country. So we're always, our guys are starting to understand to look for him as well. But Justin Harmon, I thought, came in and was really, really solid, especially on the defensive side, which is what we need. But Chad's got a nice group. They're athletic. I thought we were a little soft at times in terms of rebounding the basketball. We had a couple balls knocked out of our hand. But did what we had to, got off to a great start and kind of controlled things from there.
Brad, Ty said everybody on this team wants to defend. Are you seeing what you need to see out of your defense heading into this big 3-game stretch ahead?
Yeah, we're getting better every day. And every game's presented itself with a little bit of a different hiccup. Tonight I thought we got a little bit soft on a couple of switches, and their kid jumped up and made a couple threes. Well, we're going to see that, in upcoming games. But I think our execution of what we're trying to do, we wanted to get into what, one of our ices tonight, keeping the ball on the sideline. They play a lot in the outside thirds, trying to get the ball to the middle of the floor. One of the things we wanted to do is try to take that away. I thought we did a really good job with that. I thought Dane was very active in our ball screen coverages. So we're getting there. and like I said, it's no knock on the last three, but we're going to take a little step up here and get back to that Kansas Marquette caliber. So, but I do think we've got a chance defensively to be pretty special and are becoming that.
Western started the second half pretty well. Just what maybe kicked back into your gear for your guys to weather that and push through?
I think 40 minutes is pretty hard to just be a dominant, team. I thought we got a good look to start the half, and then, they get a couple baskets in the paint, and a couple of them offensive rebounds that we don't secure. So, I think it was just a little run there that they hit us with, and 10-0 maybe, or 8-0, and then we kind of settled down and just kind of got back to it.
Yeah, Brad, kind of feast or famine from the arc this year. You've got Luke and TJ who are tearing it up, and then some struggles from guys who are hitting in the 30s in their career percentage-wise. Are you happy with the shots they're getting? It's just a matter of keep shooting, or is there things you're trying to do to get the rim unlocked for them?
Yeah, in Quincy's case, Quincy had a pretty nasty wrist deal that he's still kind of fighting, and he kept shooting, and we kept telling him to shoot it. Marcus, I don't worry about it. I mean, that guy, shoots probably too much. Marcus is going to make him. He made him in the Marquette game, and he got good looks tonight, and just finding his little comfort zone. It was really good to see Draven hit one. We see that every single day in practice as he just torches us. And then I think that obviously there's a place where we miss Coleman in pick and pops against a team like that tonight who played in drop coverage. But there's always room for improvement. You can never shoot it well enough, and we'll continue to tell those guys to keep shooting them.
Coach, I know you never want to lose a player to an injury, but what is this opportunity to start and maybe play some more minutes done for Dane with his confidence?
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's not just the confidence; it's the way he's done it that he knows that's helped us. It's the things that the success and how he's finding it. And it's just doing what we've asked, and rim running and being efficient and staying on the offensive glass, and the crazy thing is we didn't run a play to him. We ran one baseline out to him. I mean, we didn't run a play to him. And if you just do the right things, success will find you. And it's four other guys around there knowing what you're doing every time, and he's finding that success, and it's coming with it. So I hope there's confidence. I hope there's trust. It gives us a very lethal front court with Coleman, who can pick and pop and do some different things than Dane does. But and Coleman has been dragging one leg for a long time. So hopefully when he's back, he's able to keep rim running and do the things he did when he first got here, and that's that'll be nice to see.
You've mentioned the competition's going to raise the level coming up next week. What do you need to do over the next week to get ready for that?
Yeah, we talked to our team post-game tonight. It's not next Saturday at 3:00. I think that's game time. It's not when you flip the switch. It's your preparation that allows you to be successful in those deals and in those games. And it's a league game. It's getting everybody up to speed to know that there's a different intensity that happens in conference play. It's really hard to explain, but there's just amped up, and the rack is definitely going to be amped up. But we've got to get better. We've got to get a little bit tougher. We've got, our toughness has to travel. Our defense has to travel, and and then we've got to dive into the scouting piece of it and find out where maybe there's a hole or two, and see if we can exploit it. But we just got to keep doing the simple things, and we practice boredom. doing the same things over and over so we can get really good at it. And we need our top 10 defense in the next few.
Brad, third time was a charm with recruiting Quincy. How has he lined up to what you expected? And I mean, you've liked him for a long time, and now getting to coach him, how's that lined up with what you thought?
Yeah, it's a really good question because the people here, when you recruit somebody a long time like you do high school kids, you really get to know them. And you find out what a wonderful human being Quincy Guerrier is. I mean, rock star. And we've always said we want character and over characters. And his character as a person is infectious. And all he does, he's always got a smile on his face. He's a very mature beyond his own years. And then there's the ability. And you're talking about a young man who I think was a top, I don't know, some number. You guys all know the numbers better than me. Top recruit. It's unfortunate he had the little wrist injury because I do think at some point he's going to start making a lot of threes. And then you put that, it was always getting back to rebounding. I thought he was one of the most tenacious rebounders I saw when we recruited him, and you guys know how I like that. I think he is a world-class defender. I think you put him and Terrence, and I think those guys have the ability to lock people up. Terrence can play multiple positions, and Quincy's proven that he can do that. But for me, it's who he was as a person, and then you put that with his ability. He's super athletic, we hit a home run there.
As you get ready maybe for what could be a challenging December, what kind of foundation do you feel like you've laid with these first 6 games just to build off to that?
Yeah, and I go back even to the two exhibitions. I think we found a really nice balance of great competition, top level. Obviously Kansas was one, and Marquette, and then you've found some games where you can get guys minutes and you can work on combinations and maybe not be overly stressed about the outcome, but how you get to it and find those things out. So I've been really pleased with this group, and I've been really pleased with the improvements we've made. And now it's what we really play for is those league games and putting ourselves in a position to go win them.
Brad, how has Coleman responded to these couple weeks of rest? How's that gone for him, and what's the key to bringing him back into the fold?
Yeah, leg strength. Coleman has been extremely committed, extremely dedicated to getting back. It was my decision to hold him. It was not his. He wanted to try to keep playing, but over time, when you don't practice effectively, you're not going to play very effectively. And we were getting to that point where Coleman was spending more time trying to rehab and recover and just get through a practice, and then he wasn't practicing. And so you're going to find inconsistent play throughout, no matter the fact he's a fourth-year guy with us. So I thought these few weeks, these opportunities to get better. We'll see. I don't know if we're making progress. I just don't know if we're where we need to be yet. But long term, it was about him being back to 100% because he's been fighting this for quite some time.
Anything new with Nico? We saw him on crutches today.
Just a foot injury, and we'll keep doing with him what we're doing with. We've got one of the greatest trainers. We've got the one-of-one recovery room in the world. I saw Nico today after a 2.5-hour nap in the hyperbaric oxygen chamber, and I wish he would sleep in it. And Coleman's been doing the same thing. So they're getting better, and we'll just we'll have them when we have them.
This is just something I noticed, but Sincere had been dressing for games and going through warm-ups even after the announcement that he was going to redshirt and didn't tonight. Was there anything? Is there anything that
I don't know.
about that? Or?
That's a great question. I didn't even. I'm not going to play him, so I guess maybe just being in sweats and. Yeah, I probably should know that, but I don't. I noticed it. I didn't say anything to him, so.